nervous if it's a large crowd. It's just our family here. On behalf of Patty Brown, Barbara Smith, Frida Smith, Charlie Nance, and Fred Nance, and family, I'd like to thank you for being here to remember their mother, our grandmother, our great-grandmother, our great-great-grandmother, our Aunt Lucille Cecilia Petrella. In coming here, I got to speak with a lot of people that I've seen as a young kid and brought back a lot of memories and what a manager this woman was to manage such a big company called the Petrella family. She knew a little bit about every person in here. She knew what you liked, what you didn't like, what was happening to you, and how to try to resolve it without telling you what to do, but by just putting little sayings out there. And if you wanted to pick it up, you could. If you didn't have to, but it had a way to stick in your mind to when the pain got bad enough, you'd say, "How did Donna do?" "Oh, yeah, I'll try that." When someone did something that wasn't so nice to me, I'd come up and I'd call them, no, what's going on? She didn't say, "Let it slide off like a duck," or just let it go. She said, "Jeff, when you laugh, the world laughs with you. When you cry alone." I didn't understand until I had to understand to make my life become better and not so pain-ridden or misery-filled, to keep me at unease. You know, she had a way to bring peace inside, but I had to do the work to get it. And I'm sure with everybody here that she's had some words with you that just fit right into the situation that you can pick up and implement in you. And in this woman's life, you know, she was definitely had a busy life, a big family, and still had time to contribute to the community in a major way. You know, she was with the Women's Democratic Committee. This was, and they call it the Women's Democratic because the men wouldn't let them in there. She kept going in there. And that was back in the time before Anita Bryant. And she never said never. She was an extremely loved woman, and she drew that love by giving love. And that's another lesson that we can take into heart. Donna was very proud of several things. Number one, being her family, and of all the contributions that she'd done to the city, there was no more she was more proud of than the St. Anthony feast day. And this was started in Italy by her mom, Anna Gualtieri, her Aunt Rosina Persuti, Angelina Malfi, Connie Tarantelli, and Uncle Andrew Gualtieri in Italy, and brought to Columbus, Ohio, where you have now the first division of St. Anthony of Padua here, brought by our family. And I could always remember as a young child, when July was coming up, the phone would ring, and I used to remember the phone ring, the whole family get together, and everybody go down the phone one at a time. Let me talk to Billy, let me talk to Nancy, let me talk to Pam, let me talk to Dee Dee, let me talk to Mary, let me talk to Aunt Patty, let me talk to Billy, and we'd go around the whole thing. And my dad in the background, this is back in the 60s, "Do you know how much long distance calls are?" Well, that's the value of a big family. And there is nothing more proud than prided herself on was her family. She used to tell me, "Count your blessings." And I'm doing it for her right now, because you're all sitting here. Everybody in here this close to Nana would count her blessings. She wasn't the wealthiest woman in money, but she was the richest in treasures, and we're all here. And she's given so much to us. We just just need to heed to what she said, remember what it was, and then implement it. Go into action with what she has said, and you'll be just fine. You know, John Glenn was one of her favorites until Monsignor Cody got around. John Glenn playing second seat to Monsignor Cody, that's an accomplishment. And to all of us here, we were her pride treasures. You were her granddaughter, your daughter, your aunt, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, or your friend. You were Nana's family. And each one of us in this room had a spot in her heart, personally. And I'm like, I can't believe this. I mean, in the Bible it says God knows us. He knows how many hairs are on her head. And I'm like, wow, she has really practiced all of this. And I heard someone over the day last night, my cousin Lou, which is her name from now on, you know, she decided to go into action last night. Why don't all of us decide to go into action right now and to take the next step to bring this family into a reunited state, closer than we've been before, just by taking a little bit more action. You know, this world is changing. You know, at one point, you're building a family, and then the family just got so big, and life got so big, and family started getting out of the way, where we have to take it back into a day like today, and remembering Nana, of what is most important, and it's family. Family wasn't everything to Nana. It was the only thing to Nana. And I'm proud to be a part of that family with everybody in here. Because without you, there's no family. Nana had a lot of things that she would say to me. Is like, Jeff, when you're having a tough time, be like Jesus, love them all. How could you be angry at somebody if you want to try to implement somebody and not do what they do? It just defused any kind of fuse once you did stuff like that. We don't come from a perfect family, but we have the remedy to be a perfect family. And I would say to err is human, to forgive is divine. And to forgive is an action. So we must go into action so we can keep this family united and strong and love and just be into everything that Nana taught us. It wasn't something that she sat down and schooled you. It was something that she lived, and it's easy just to pick up if you take the action steps. And as she said, everything's possible with the Lord, Jeff. Everything's possible with the Lord. So if you can, He can. And we can do this together. Again, I'd like to thank everybody to be here from our family. We'd like to say farewell, Nana. We'd like to say farewell to Lucille Petrella and say hello to our newest angel in heaven, Mama Lucia.